Hello and welcome back, everybody. This is Jared Eastley, and today I will be talking about how cults use PSYOPs. In my last video, we talked about PSYOP recognition and resistance. Detailed information from today's video can be found on my website, greaterlightandtruth.com. The link is in the description. And as always, if you like what you hear, please subscribe and hit the like button. So let's get started. How cults use PSYOPs. When most people hear the term PSYOPs, short for psychological operations, they imagine military propaganda, wartime leaflets, or intelligence agencies manipulating local or foreign populations. But cults, both past and present, are masters of PSYOPs. They rely on many of the same tools used in military or political arenas to recruit, control, and retain members. At their core, cults seek to dominate others in ways that undermine human dignity, manipulate moral agency, and serve to aggrandize the leader or leadership body. Here's how cults deploy PSYOP tactics to shape perception, engineer obedience, and use fear to intimidate and subjugate their followers. Controlling focus. Cults know that what you focus on shapes how you think. They bombard members with constant repetition, chants, slogans, group rituals, endless meetings, or frequent videos or training from the leadership. By saturating daily life with the same messages, cults narrow attention so that alternative perspectives fade into the background and the assertions of the leaders seems increasingly plausible. Example, members may hear the same phrases dozens of times a week until they feel self-evident. Elevating authority. Cults center around a charismatic leader who claims ultimate authority. Whether by divine appointment or unique spiritual insight, the leader's word overrides all other sources of truth. Cult leaders are often very dogmatic. Dogmatic describes a way of thinking or speaking where someone presents their beliefs as absolutely true without being willing to consider other viewpoints or evidence, especially if it challenges their validity. Example, Jim Jones of the People's Temple insisted his interpretation was final even when it contradicted outside evidence. Us versus them tribalism. Every cult creates sharp divisions between insiders and outsiders. Members are portrayed as enlightened, while outsiders are labeled deceived, dangerous, or even demonic. Example, some groups tell members that leaving the cult means joining forces with evil. Manipulating emotion. Cults master the emotional spectrum. New recruits are often welcomed with overwhelming affection, love bombing, while existing members are kept in line through fear, guilt, and shame. Example, if you doubt the leader, you are betraying the group and God. Manufacturing crisis. Leaders often invent or exaggerate threats to keep followers dependent. Doomsday scenarios, apocalyptic prophecies, or claims of persecution create a sense of urgency that keeps people in survival mode. Example, only we can guide you through the coming collapse. Controlling information. Cults restrict outside input. Members may be discouraged or outright forbidden from reading critical articles, watching mainstream news, or contacting ex-members. Example, Scientology discourages exposure to suppressive materials that might cause doubt. Using cognitive dissonance. Cults exploit the discomfort of conflicting beliefs. They start with small, harmless commitments like changing diet or dress that escalate into larger demands. Over time, members adjust their identity to reduce inner conflict. Example, agreeing to attend more meetings can grow into agreeing to cut off family ties. Exploiting fear of loss. Primal instincts are powerful levers. Cults warn that leaving the group means losing salvation, family, community, or eternal security. Example, if you walk away, you'll lose everything, and God will abandon you because you have abandoned God. Casting archetypes. Cult leaders often frame themselves as saviors, dissenters as villains, and outsiders as the enemy. These simple storylines make complex issues feel black and white. Cult leaders often claim exclusive authority, abilities, or benefits. They will teach that nobody else can save you. Example, David Koresh portrayed himself as the Lamb of God, destined to save his followers. Relying on logical fallacies. Cults frequently shut down dissent with flawed reasoning. Appeal to authority. The leader said it, so it's true. Or false dilemma. Stay with us or be lost forever. Or ad hominem. Critics are liars and deceivers. Ad hominem is a Latin phrase meaning to the person. In logic and debate, an ad hominem fallacy occurs when someone attacks the character, motives, or other personal traits of an argument's proponent instead of addressing the argument itself. Conclusion. Cults are masters of PSYOPs because their very survival depends on them. By controlling attention, elevating authority, polarizing tribes, manipulating emotions, and suppressing alternative perspectives, they build a self-contained reality where questioning feels impossible. The good news? Once you can see the tactics, their power fades. Cult PSYOPs thrive in darkness, but in the light of awareness, every manipulation becomes obvious.